What's going on, all you Minties? This is the Uncanny Omar from Near Mint Condition. It's time to hide your spouses, your kids, your pets, your bill collectors definitely, because we are going to be talking about our monthly budget meeting for February of 2021. Let's go ahead and get started. And welcome back to our monthly budget meeting, as we love to call it here. It's where I go and look at all the collected editions coming out for the month. And the month we're going to be talking about today is February of 2021. I don't have to remind you, but just in case, if you're new to the channel, a lot of these dates are subject to change. As a matter of fact, X of Swords, which was solicited for January, has now been pushed back until March. Flashpoint has also been delayed. I believe now the new date, the omnibus that is going to be in April. But nothing has been canceled, so knock on wood, we are okay with dates being changed and delayed. We don't want to see any cancellations. Before I get started, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Check out our Patreon, amazing way to support our channel, and thank you so much to our existing patrons. We have new end credits at the end for the people that are on that tier. So yes, we do have different tiers on our Patreon, and it's we made some changes recently. If you want to check that out, that is in the description of the video. Now, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. This is the smallest month of the year. However, there's a couple of weeks, one week in particular, that's probably going to whoop everybody's wallet's ass. So let's go ahead and get started. Kicking off this month with the week of February 3rd, from Marvel Comics, we have Avengers by Jonathan Hickman. The complete collection, Volume 3, finally coming out with the issues of Infinity. So a lot of you all that have been wanting to know if this is going to collect Infinity, it sure is. So we have New Avengers 8 through 12, setting up the Infinity and parts of Infinity, and then Avengers 18 through 23. And Infinity, the 6-issue miniseries, so there you go. Conan the Barbarian by Jason Aaron and Mahmoud Asrar. And this is the oversized hardcover collection. Love Conan, so I'm excited for anything Conan. Dawn of X, trade paperback, volume 12. I'm not even going to talk about what's solicited in there, because 9 times out of 10, those solicitations are wrong. We're getting an Eternals poster book from Marvel that very same week, as well as the Eternals trade paperback to Defy Apocalypse. Now, if you're confused as to what this is, this was the follow-up series that it followed up right after Neil Gaiman relaunched the Eternals. I believe it's the Kaufmans that wrote this, if I'm not... Or Knopf, that's it. Charlie Knopf and Daniel Knopf, the brothers. And then Fred Van Lente. And you have artwork by Eric Wynn and Daniel Acuna. That's what this book is. And coming out that same week, Luke Cage is getting his very first epic collection, kicking it off with Hero for Hire 1 through 16, and then when the title changed to Power Man 17 through 23. And these books I'll be doing an advanced look at on Tuesdays. So every Tuesday I do these books, an advanced look at these books. Marvel Zombies Resurrection, which is the 2019-2020 series. Marvel Masterworks Spider-Woman Volume 2 is coming out that same day. And this has 2 covers, of course. We have the direct market cover and the standard edition cover, collecting issues 9 through 25. So to Mark Grunwald, I think. Morbius trade paperback, Preludes, and Nightmares. So collecting just random issues that Morbius has appeared in of Marvel Comics throughout the years. One I'm very excited for. Do not miss this. By the way, I'll be doing my top 10 must-buys or essential buys for the month of February sometime this weekend, so keep an eye out on the channel for that. And that's why I asked you to subscribe. Scarlet Witch by James Robinson, complete collection. This one, I think, is going to be overlooked, but it is a freaking amazing series. Everybody should check it out. Spider-Man, Kraven's Last Hunt, Marvel Select. So they chose Kraven's Last Hunt as the story to best represent the character of Spider-Man. And honestly, it's a damn good story. Swordmaster, Volume 2, God of War. I can't say God of War without saying it like the lady in the video game. Uncanny X-Men, finally we're getting a release date for this. The X-Men Disassembled oversized hardcover. I've done an advanced overview of that on the channel if you want to check that out, as well as an advanced overview of The Venom by Donny Cates, oversized hardcover Volume 2. Now, as far as DC, we have a book that was supposed to come out last month, but has been moved back to this month, and that is Flash by Jeff Johns, Omnibus Volume 2. As a matter of fact, I should have my copy today, so I'll be doing an advanced look at that. Even though a lot of my Canadian brothers and sisters and people from the UK have been getting these books way before America, so good on you all. It's usually us, and then everybody from outside of the US is like, hey, where's my copy? But anyway, DC's Greatest Detective Stories Ever Told trade paperback is also out that very same week. Manhunter by Archie Goodwin and Walter Simonson Deluxe Edition. I forgot that book was coming, honestly, and even though it's thin, I still look forward to it. We have Lucifer Volume 4, The Devil at Heart. And this is the Lucifer book that's in here. This is part of the Sandman universe, so this is the newer run of Lucifer. Justice League Unlimited, Hocus Pocus, of course, from the animated show, based on the animated show. Legion of Superheroes. So many people are excited about this. Before the Darkness, Volume 1. Now, if you look at the solicits, it's $49.99. It states as a trade paperback, but I can assure you that it is a standard size hardcover. Not that that makes a lot of difference to some people. But this is a big deal. Before the Darkness. I mean, this is before the whole Darkseid storyline. So it's a big deal to a lot of collectors. Some of these stories have already been collected in trade paperback format. So it's really cool now that they're doing it in a hardcover, even though it's standard size. Swamp Thing, The Bronze Age, Volume 3. Continuing the saga of, or that era of Swamp Thing in the Bronze Age. Superman in the 50s trade paperback. This was already released in hardcover format. And Flash Facts trade paperback. This is one of those young adult graphic novels, so it's original graphic novel format. From manga, we have the saga, continuing the saga of Boruto, a manga that I really thought was completely made up because of that ridiculous name. That would, like me naming my kid Amar. Like, just changing one letter. But anyway, Boruto, Naruto The Next Generations, Volume 10. Blue Exorcist, continuing strong with Volume 25. And this isn't everything. I just highlight the ones I'm interested in or the ones I've been told about to read. Demon Slayer, Volume 20. I know that's a popular one. My co-host on the show, Tina. Oh, man, she loves Demon Slayer. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Part 4, Volume 8. So, hardcover editions. We got that before we got Fist of the North Star, but we're finally getting Fist of the North Star. World's Strongest, Rearguard, Labyrinth, Novice. I really dig that that cover. I really dig that cover, and that's why I put it here. I was wondering why I put it in here. I've never heard of this title, but really digging that cover. As far as others, we have Afterlift, trade paperback. Actually, Afterlift looks pretty interesting because it is the Chip Zdarsky book. And I am in love with everything that man has done. So, yes, this is the first 5 issues of this series. We also have Apex Legends Pathfinder's Quest hardcover. I know some of my subscribers have been talking about that book. Colonel Weird Cosmagog trade paperback. That is an awesome freaking name. That is Jeff Lemire and Tyler Crook. So both talented freaking writers. And this, I think this is from Black Hammer, if I'm not mistaken. Just that character's name. But if you got Jeff Lemire and you got Tyler Crook attached to it, I'm sold. But I think it is part of the Black Hammer world. We also have Transformers versus Terminator. How could look at that freaking cover, man? Yes. And to wrap up that week, we have Sturgill Simpson presents Sound and the Fury graphic novel. So it's an original graphic novel line. Moving on to the second week of February, and that is the week of February 10th. By the way, sometimes the books will be released February 9th, sometimes the 10th. So it really depends on where you get your books. Captain America by Ta-Nehisi Coates, Volume 4. All Die Young. So continuing Ta-Nehisi Coates' run on that book. And then we have Disney Kingdom's Figment. So that's Lockheed. What's Lockheed doing there? I've not read this, so I don't even know what this is. But it is part of the Marvel graphic novel line. Morbius is getting his very first epic collection, and that is Morbius Epic Collection, The Living Vampire. And as far as epic collections, we also have another epic collection. This is a reprint of X Factor Epic Collection, Volume 1, Genesis and Apocalypse. So, collecting the return of a character. That I don't know when I can spoil these things for people, so I'm just playing it safe. And then the original X-Men are reunited. As far as DC for that week, we have Absolute Planetary. That I think was originally scheduled for December, but it's been pushed back until this month. And honestly, we only have 2 so far absolutes from DC this year. Maybe the fourth quarter will have a lot more, but this is just one of them. Green Lantern, Circle of Fire. This is the new edition, and the new edition is also more complete. Hawkman, Volume 4, Hawk's Eternal. This is the newer series of Hawkman and Hawk's Eternal. I really like that. That cover's awesome. But this is the Robert Venditti stuff. Richard Dragon, Kung Fu Fighter Coming of the Dragon. It's not a run-on sentence, even though it's written that way on the solicits. But this is the classic stuff. This is a really weird collection. I'll be honest with you. This is a really weird collection. Just because it's Richard Dragon. So this is Richard Dragon Kung Fu Fighter, issues 1 through 18. Brave and the Bold, number 132. And then DC Comics Presents 39. It's Dennis O'Neil, so of course I'm excited to read about it, but it's just, I find it weird that we're getting this in a hardcover format. That's the weird part, and it's just an obscure run. But hey, that's cool. For a lot of the people that have read it before that have wanted it collected, and for Dennis O'Neil fans. Batman Volume 2, The Joker War hardcover collection. Now, of course, this is a standard size hardcover, but this collects the James Tynion run on Batman 95 through 100, and it also has artwork by the phenomenal Jorge Jimenez. Aquaman Volume 4, Echoes of a Life Lived Well. So this is Kelly Sue DeConnick's run, and I know a lot of y'all have been asking me to go back and read that series, and I haven't yet, mainly because I don't know, after Jeff Johns' run, it just wasn't the same. But I do need to go back and read it and give it a shot. And then Teen Titans Volume 4. This is the 2018 series, so when it got relaunched again from Rebirth. And this is Robin No More, so it's Robbie Thompson and Adam Glass. And as far as manga for that week, we have Given. That one I picked because of the cover, and I assume it's about a musical group. And Mad K Volume 1, also because of that cover. I don't really know what this is about, though, but I really dig that cover. And Full Metal Alchemist, Full Metal Edition, Volume 12, continuing those hardcover editions. And one that I know my daughter's excited for, Pokemon Adventure Collector's Edition, Volume 6. She loves those. From other publishers, we have Uncanny Omar Talk Pretty One Day, A Man Among Ye is what we have. Sorry, A Man Among Ye. This is from Stephanie Phillips and Craig Sermark from Image Comics. I don't know what that book is about. Lost Soldiers. So Lost Soldiers looks pretty interesting, honestly. I really dig that cover. And a lot of these, I go by the cover sometimes when I buy books. Vietnam, 1969, and then we jump forward to Juarez, 2009. And it's just these 3 guys that are tied together because of these wars. So, I mean, sounds pretty cool to me. Avatar: The Last Airbender Rift Omnibus, continuing the Dark Horse editions of Omnibus for The Last Airbender. World of Black Hammer Library Edition Volume 2 is due out that week, so I'm excited for that. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Trade Paperback Volume 14. And Joe and Russ Original Graphic Novel. Now, these are cute because, and I don't mean in a demeaning kind of way at all, but because I haven't read it, I'm sure it's really good. Because, I mean, a lot of the young adult stuff turns out to be really freaking good. But this is released both in graphic novel and in hardcover format the same day. I really like that. I wish the bigger publishers were into something like that. But sadly, no go. Whoa, man. Okay, sorry, I just looked down the list, and we got a lot from IDW and Fantagraphics. Parentheses graphic novel is also due out that week. And then we have the TMNT hardcover collection. This is the IDW stuff. And if you all know, and you've been watching my channel for a while, you know that I rave on and on about this. This is the greatest incarnation of Ninja Turtles. So collecting Turtles Universe 23 through 25, and then Ninja Turtles 85 through 89. And then we also have Bebop and Rocksteady Hit the Road, which is a miniseries. And then Transformers IDW Collection Phase 2, Volume 12. Hell yes. This collects Transformers 51 through 57 to R1. It's a new series. 1 through 4. Titans Return 1. And then More Than Meets the Eyes 56 and 57. Wrapping up that Phase 2. Getting ready for Phase 3, which will come out later in the year. And then From Hell, the Master Edition, is coming out. And this one has been, I think it's been recolored is what I was told. So this one is recolored and coming out from Fantagraphics. Or no, I'm sorry, this is IDW. Or their top shelf IDW stuff. But the colors are done by Eddie Campbell. So he was the artist on the book. So I'm curious about that one. So I wonder how that will be. But before we go on to the next week, I just want to remind you all to smash that like button, please, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. That does help with our YouTube algorithm and helps our channel grow. Now, Marvel Comics. Let's go ahead and talk about that. Now, this is pretty interesting and unprecedented because this is the cover for the variant exclusive direct market cover. There's going to be 3 covers for this book, but the other 2 covers are not released until the following week. So that's what I meant by unprecedented. Uncanny X-Men, Volume 4. It's Uncanny X-Men. You've seen my overview on the channel. You know how I'm excited about this. But, of course, Uncanny X-Men Volume 4. You're getting both covers on the same day. It is finally coming. I know it was supposed to come in December, but we had a pandemic. And you know what? If that's the worst thing that happened to me during a pandemic, then I'm living a pretty damn good life. My book got delayed, boo-hoo, but it's finally coming. I'm so excited, I just almost said it, Uncanny X-Men Volume 4 again. Black Panther Epic Collection, Revenge of the Black Panther. This is a reprint, so it's a new printing of that Epic Collection that's been out of print. That collects the 1977 series of Black Panther and then Marvel Premiere issues. And it also has the, was it 88 miniseries, I think, 4-issue miniseries. Black Panther, Who is the Black Panther Marvel Select. Solid run. This is the Reggie Hudlin and John Romita Jr. run, and that's what they've chosen to represent the Black Panther book. So that might answer my question as to what omnibus they're going to do first, Reggie Hudlin or Christopher Priest. I mean, besides the classic stuff, the Kramer stuff, I really thought they were going to go with the Hudlin stuff because I think it's more accessible than the Priest. Priest has different layers and it's a little bit of a slow burn, but I love it. I like it more than the Reggie Hudlin stuff. But anyway, it's not a review of Black Panther. Sorry about that. But I'm glad that they chose that. So that might mean the very first omnibus, or at least the second omnibus, might be the Reggie Hudlin Black Panther omnibus. Captain America, and these are just my thoughts, and I do not speak nor work for Marvel. Captain America Heroes Return Complete Collection. So if you have the omnibus of Captain America by Mark Waid and Ron Garney, it's already collected in there. These were previously collected in Marvel Premiere collections, so those standard size hardcovers. But now they're coming out in complete collections because we've had Fantastic Four, and we've had, what was the other complete collection? Was it Iron Man, I think? Or no, Avengers. No, we haven't had Avengers complete collection. Never mind. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. It's Captain America Heroes Return Complete Collection. So after Onslaught, it's the first 12 issues of that with the Captain America and Iron Man Annual 98 in there, as well as the Citizen V Captain America Annual in there. Daredevil by Chip Zdarsky, Volume 5, Truth Dare, getting closer to that Daredevil by Chip Zdarsky oversized hardcover. Does that come out in February or March? Dawn of X, why am I asking? I should be the one that knows this. I should know. Anyway, Dawn of X. This is not pre-recorded nor scripted. There you go. It is pre-recorded, not scripted. Dawn of X, Volume 13. So, not even a cover, and I'm not even going to look at the solicits because I'm sure those are probably wrong. The content, I mean. Miss Marvel, the graphic novel Army of One. So, again, the kid-size graphic novels. And this is collecting the 2015 series 1 through 12. Silk is getting a new trade paperback. Collecting, this is called Silk Out of the Spider-Verse. So collecting Amazing Spider-Man, the 2014 series 4 through 6. The Silk series 1 through 7. That's the 2015, the A stories. And then the B stories 1 through 6, as well as Amazing Spider-Man 1. Strange Academy. not to plug my own channel, but my daughters and I broke the news about this, and it was a lot of fun to talk about this little graphic novel. So coming out that week, $13.99. For the people that have been asking me if there's going to be a trade paperback of that or a hardcover, I really don't know. That's all we have so far as collected editions. X-Men graphic novel. This is another little graphic novel, but this is one that's based on the X-Men Evolution cartoon, collecting the first 9 issues of that series. From DC, we have Books of Magic, Volume 3, Dwelling in Possibility. That is the new Books of Magic series. Hellblazer 24. Hellblazer 24. Peter Milligan stuff. This is sectioned. So we're almost done with Hellblazer in these big fat formats. But Giuseppe Camuncoli, Sean Murphy, and Simon Beasley are on art. This collects issues of Hellblazer 267 to 275. And then the miniseries City of Demons 1 through 5. Very cool that we're about to wrap up Hellblazer in that big, thick trade paperback format. And Wonder Woman, Volume 2, or Book 2, Ares Rising. And for you all that have been watching my channel for a while, you know how I consider this to be one of the best Wonder Woman runs. Probably the most underrated Wonder Woman run. Basically because it was in the 90s. It is written by William Messner Loebs. Christopher Priest does write some of this, but collecting Wonder Woman 77 through 89, and then the DC retroactive Wonder Woman 90s #1. But you also have artwork in here by Mike Deodato Jr., and all the covers are supplied by Brian Boland. As far as manga, we have Blade of the Immortal Deluxe Edition Volume 2. Somebody just asked me this morning when that was coming out, so there you go. Not the only hardcover coming out that week, because we also have Cardcaptor Sakura Collector's Edition Volume 7. I believe there's going to be a total of 9 of those Cardcaptor Sakura books, if I'm not mistaken. And you know what, Kodansha? That would make a nice box set to release all 9 of those hardcovers in there. Chobits 20th Anniversary Edition, Volume 3. Now, there's going to be a total of 4 of those, I know that. Shaman King Omnibus Volume 1. So I missed out on getting those, or no, I had the first 20 or something, and I ended up selling them. But now Kodansha is going to be publishing those in omnibus format, or in 3-in-1 formats. Mermaid Saga Collector's Edition. I did an overview of the first one. This is the second one, and this is the one that wraps up the series. Freaking awesome. From the same lady that brought you Maison Ikkoku, Ranma 1/2, and Urusei Yatsura. And speaking of Urusei Yatsura, Volume 9 also comes out that week. Very excited that that series is still going, and we might actually get an ending to that. And then Zom 100 Bucket List of the Dead, Volume 1 comes out that day. No idea what that's about, but I just really like the title. I mean, I don't know if you all have read it or have heard about it. Zom 100 Bucket List of the Dead, Volume 1. Cover's pretty cool, too. And as far as other publishers, we have Scene of the Crime. This is the trade paperback version. If you've not read this, this is Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips' work. It's freaking good. It's short, but it's a solid read. And then we have Dragon Age, First 5 graphic novel. Or no, First 5 graphic novels. So the first 5 graphic novels of Dragon Age are collected in that. Forever Home, original graphic novel. So another series of original graphic novels here. This is from Boom Entertainment, but collected in graphic novel format and also in hardcover edition, released on the same day. I think Boom, and there's a couple other studios that do that for these original GNs. Complete Chester Gould, Dick Tracy hardcover, Volume 29. Let me know down in the comments down below who's still getting that. I'm always curious, because, you know, I got like the Peanuts collection as they were coming out, or I'm getting the Duck books, the Carl Barks stuff, because I know they finished Don Rosa stuff, but I love collectors that are in it for the long run, and that one has been coming out for many years. G.I. Joe, Real American Hero, trade paperback, Volume 24. Now, if you don't know the story of G.I. Joe, Real American Hero, really quick, it is pretty much Larry Hama continuing his story of G.I. Joe as if it never got canceled from Marvel Comics. So it's the Marvel Comics run of G.I. Joe, and Larry Hama continuing that run as if the book never got canceled. They did the same thing with Transformers a couple of years ago, but that line got canceled. And we also have Ragnarok, yes! Hardcover volume 3. Man, that second one is getting hard to find for those people that have been asking me about that. That's a Walter Simonson storyline. Oh, it's so freaking awesome. Sonic the Hedgehog volume 8. Out of the blue. This one's interesting to me. So if you've read this, let me know. The Enki Bilal Legends of Today hardcover. So if you've read that, let me know, because I have the trilogy. So is that collected in the trilogy, or is this a new book that I have to get? Because I love that trilogy. I swear, I'm still working on my top 10 best non-manga Europe. What was I gonna call it? Not U.S. comics. I don't know. Whatever I was gonna call it. European comics, maybe something like that. Foreign comics that aren't manga. Maybe that's a better title. Whatever I end up calling it, I'm still working on it. And Enki is definitely that trilogy is definitely on there. So I don't know what this is though. Is this one of the stories that's collected in there, or is this a new book? So please, in the comments, let me know. And Captain Canuck Season 0. The reason I added that on here is I have not read any Captain Canuck, but I recently watched a documentary on Canadian comic book creators, and it had me interested on, you know, the Canadian artists and the writers, how they work for U.S. comics, but they have their own their own comics up there, and it's a book that I've heard about. I've just never read it, so I don't know if anybody has read it. I know I have a lot of Canadian viewers, but I don't know if you all have read any Captain Canuck. Regardless, let me know in the comments down below where I should start, because I'm always open to reading new things, and me not having ever read Captain Canuck, yeah. But I love that they have their own community up there. It's like they're supporting each other. I can't remember the name of the documentary. It's like Comics with an X. Anyway, it was on Amazon, if you're interested. Now, this last week, woo! Y'all ready? Because this last week's gonna whoop some wallets' asses. It's another Omnigeddon coming out. Alright, February 24th, Captain America Sam Wilson Complete Collection Volume 2. So this keeps on continuing the collections of Sam Wilson taking over the role of Captain America right around the time that the show's about to start. So pretty cool. It's issue 7 through 24 are in here. These are big books. And then when the title switches back to Captain America, issue 25. The Generations issues in here too. This Sam Wilson and Steve Rogers Generations book. Conan trade paperback, Exodus, and other tales. So this is Conan the Barbarian Exodus one-shot, Savage Sword of Conan number 12, and King Size Conan. So this is Esad Ribic. This is never before told story of Conan's his first journey from Samaria. Interesting. And Fantastic Four by Dan Slott, hardcover, volume 1 is coming out, collecting the first 11 issues as well as the wedding special and reprinting Fantastic Four number 8, the classic Fantastic Four run. Miles Morales trade paperback volume 4, continuing this run, and this one is called Ultimatum. And here is where you will find the 2 other Howard the Duck books, the 2 other covers. And for those wondering, this collects, so you have the standard edition cover here, and then the direct market cover, the other direct market cover. This one isn't limited, so this is just your standard direct market cover. That sounds redundant and ridiculous. Standard direct market, you know what I mean. Anyway, this, for those interested, collects issues 1 through 14 of Howard the Duck, the 1976 series, the Treasury Edition number 12, and then material from Fear number 19, Man-Thing 1, Giant Size Man-Thing 4 and 5, and Foom number 15. So that stuff has been collected in the omnibus format, but if you're a Marvel Masterworks fan, then this is for you. New Warriors, classic, omnibus volume 1. Both covers will be released today. Not today, but this week, and you all know how much I love the New Warriors, so go and buy this so we can get a volume 2. Either cover, both covers. Get one for your granny, get one for your nieces and nephews. Spider-Man Bloodline. There's 2 There's 2 covers. That's cool. There's a direct market cover by Chip Kidd. This is the J.J. Abrams and his son, with Sarah Pacelli working on the book. All 5 issues, just Spider-Man. This started in 2019. And then the Copiel cover. So the Copiel cover is the standard edition cover. Interesting. I've seen that happen with Eternals before, with direct market covers. Alright, we got a couple more Omnis. So the first one is Star Wars, Dr. Aphra Omnibus Volume 1, collecting the entire run of Dr. Aphra. This is a pretty big book. It is 1,240 pages, $125. Kieran Gillen wrote that, and we have the direct market cover. So it looks like the covers have changed, because I remember when I got to announce this, they were different covers. So keep that in mind. Both of the covers have changed, at least on on Diamond's site. And then, of course, Jim Lee. X-Men by Chris Claremont and Jim Lee. I said Jim Lee's name first. Jim Lee's X-Men. I'm sure he would have loved it if they called it that. And Claremont, not so much. But this is the new printing of it. Both covers are going to be available. Both covers, the book's the same page count, the exact same price that it was 10 years ago. It's been out of print for a number of years, and if you look back before I announce, a lot of people do this before I announce upcoming Omnis from Marvel, they look at the day before on eBay and the day after, and it's quite a change. But I'm so happy for all of you that are finally getting this. This is the transition period of the X-Men, when the gold and blue team are made, and when a lot of you will recognize these characters now from the way they looked in the cartoon. So excited for all you people that are finally getting this for the first time. Some of you have been so patient. Some of you have been asking me since I started the channel. So very cool. Very cool. From DC, we have quite a few number of books from DC this week. Batman Gotham Knights Contested. That's coming out from DC. As well as Catwoman Volume 4. Come Home Early. Now that is Joelle Jones on art on that cover, but it is not Joelle Jones writing it anymore. This is now, I think, is it Ram V that writes this? I think it's Ram V, and then the artwork's Fernando Blanco. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure that's what that is. And we also are getting the Crisis on Multiple Earths Book 1, Crossing Over. This is the trade paperback version of a previously released hardcover. Ex Machina Compendium Volume 2. So this finishes out the Compendium, the Ex Machina series, not Compendium. Joker War Saga Volume... What? Did I announce a Volume 1 of Joker War already? Or Volume 2 of Joker War? No, I did. That was this is the Saga, Joker War Saga. Sorry. So what does this collect then? This looks like this collects... Okay, this is a pretty big damn book. So this collects Batman 95 through 100, Batgirl 47, Detective Comics 1025. So this looks like it's a whole event. Red Hood Outlaw 48, Nightwing 74, The Joker Warzone 1, and plus stories from Harley Quinn and Catwoman 25. That is a big book. 336 pages. Looks like it's just a standard size hardcover though. That week we also see the release of Nubia, Real 1, trade paperback from L.L. McKinney and Robin Smith. And then we have an omnibus. Superman by Grant Morrison, omnibus. Some people really happy about this. Me, I thought there were better stories of Superman to have collected, but, you know, am I still going to get it? Oh, man, I just did Why I Double Dip. And I thought, I don't think I'm getting that one. Well, we'll see. And wrapping up the month from DC, we have Tales from the Dark Multiverse. This is the trade paperback version of a standard size hardcover that came out last year. I did an overview of that on the channel if you want to check that out. Sometime last year. From manga, do you like The Nerdy Nurse? I do like The Nerdy Nurse. Yes, I do. Did I put that up there just to tell this dumb dad joke? You damn right I did. ID Invaded Break Broken graphic novel. Just like the scarf around that dude, that's why I put that here. Love and Heart graphic novel volume 1. That one looks pretty interesting. It looks cute. That's from Yen Press. Peter Grill and the Philosopher's Time graphic novel volume 5. That is interesting because that sounds like an adventure, choose your own adventure book. But that cover, like, why is that dude running away from her? What's happening here? Like, you run towards that, not away from it, man. Rose of Versailles, Volume 4. Yes, continuing these beautiful classic stories in hardcover format from Udon Studios. And Saint Youngman is still coming out in hardcover format. So, from other publishers, this is the week that sees the re-release the re-release, because it was supposed to be originally January, of Complete Darkness, hardcover volume 1. So to put up there with your complete Witchblade hardcover, here is Complete Darkness. The Department of Truth, volume 1, is coming out. That one looks pretty interesting too, because of the creators involved with it. And I really like James Tynion. James Tynion has, like, Something's Killing the Children was one of my favorite books I read in 2020. So this is a special low introductory price. That's how they hook you, of $9.99. And Martin Simmons is the artist on this book. And that is Department of Truth. November hardcover is coming out that day as well. Volume 4. I don't even know what that is, but it's Image. So it's got to be good, maybe. Sea of Stars. This one looks beautiful. Like, seriously. I haven't read the first one yet, and I keep meaning to read it, but those covers are just absolutely stunning. I love those covers. That's what almost got me to buy the very first one. But Sea of Stars Volume 2. And then the biggie. Spawn Compendium Volume 1. $59.99. This is crazy. Collecting the first 50 issues of Spawn. So these are the sizes. They're as tall as a trade paperback. They're just super thick. Thicker than a Snicker. Thicker than a Dairy Queen Blizzard on a snow day. Thick. 50 issues. I don't know how that spine's going to hold up, but I hope it holds up fine. But I know a lot of y'all are excited for it. This is what they canceled the hardcovers for, so this is what they decided to go with. Write It in Blood is coming out that day. And then we're getting a new book from Mad Cave, and that is Dry Foot. I'm excited to read that one. I like the premise of these kids trying to escape this life in Miami. Reminds me of visiting my uncle down there in Miami when I used to go every summer. Goon, Bunch of Old Crap, trade paperback volume 4. We're finally getting the release of that. So this is kind of like his Eric Powell's own omnibus formats. They're trade paperbacks, but they're really thick. Moorcock Library Edition, Elric Eternal Champion, hardcover volume 1. I think this is the classic stuff, if I'm not mistaken. One Soul is getting a 10th anniversary edition. And the fact that it's getting a 10th anniversary edition and I've not read this means I probably need to read it. I like Ray Fawkes. Fawkes? F-A-W-K-E-S. I assume that's how you pronounce his name. I don't know, just that cover seems interesting. This is from Oni Press. I've not read this book, so I don't know what it's about at all. Sometimes I just buy books based on the cover, even though they tell you not to do that. Post York is getting a trade paperback edition. This is from Dark Horse Comics. I just like the fact that something is called Post York instead of New York. This is from James Romberger. From Dynamite, we're getting a Red Sonja Worlds Away trade paperback, End of Road. This is the newer series. Stephen McCrane's Space Boy is getting a trade paperback. Volume 9 is coming out. A Thief Among the Trees, An Ember in the Ashes. Original graphic novel, limited edition. That is a heck of a name. No idea what that is about, but really, really like that name. Faithless 2 or Faithless the Second, I don't know. This is Brian Azzarello's book with Maria Lovett. Collecting Faithless 2, Volume 2, I assume. Or the second, 1 through 6. I've not read Faithless 1, so I don't know if that's her daughter or just the second volume. Firefly, The Sting, oversized or original graphic novel, limited edition hardcovers coming out from Boom Studios. And to wrap up the month of February of 2021, Vampirella, Seduction of the Innocent, Volume 1. Now, if you're interested in any of these books, don't forget to check out our sponsor, CheapGraphicNovels.com, your online source for collected editions up to 50% off retail price. Cheap Graphic Novels prides itself on excellent packaging, so your stuff gets to you in excellent condition, and they have amazing customer service. Check out their bargain deals for up to 90% off cover price. And for all you Minties that are watching, if you're a first-time customer, don't forget to mention that Near Mint Condition sent you their way for a promotional credit on free shipping on your next order. Now, this is only for U.S. customers. CheapGraphicNovels.com, your source for the hottest books books with deep discounts, customer service, and excellent shipping that will keep you coming back for more. And that's all the collected editions coming out in February. Again, just in case, sometimes these dates may change and these books may end up getting pushed until another month. As long as they don't get canceled, we're okay with that. Please don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. We all need reminders in life. I know I remind you all the time. I need reminders, which is why I get speeding tickets. Please check out our Patreon. It's an amazing way to support the channel. We're also on Redbubble, where you can get our logo on t-shirts, mugs, whatever it is. I think we're going to change that up, though. We might go with another place instead of Redbubble. And if you're interested in our Patreon, the link is in the description of the video. So thank you to our existing patrons. Like I said, we do have a new outro with showing our Patreons that are in a specific tier. But more importantly, everybody, remember to check out the live Q&A tomorrow. I do a live Q&A every Saturday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And that is every Saturday. So it's a live Q&A, and I'll be doing it tomorrow as well. So come and check that out. But more importantly, please stay healthy, stay safe. Much love to all of you.